So I have just about 2:58 right now. We'll give everybody a couple more minutes to join the call. And for those of you that are on the call already, if you haven't been part of our or on one of our earlier training sessions, they usually run about a half hour. And today's session, as I'm sure everybody's aware, is focused on Salesforce One, which is the mobile application. And we're really excited as far as the Salesforce team at Hearst. We've put a lot of time and effort into this project, and really think we have some great things to share with you today as far as the new and improved mobile application that we actually just implemented yesterday. It's been in development for a while, but I think you're going to find it really provides some enhanced functionality, some new ability to quickly create things like opportunities and updates. And on these sessions, we try to keep them interactive. So if you have questions as we go along, feel free to fire away with anything that you'd like us to talk about. All right, well, I have 3 o'clock on my end here. Again, my name is Mike Garino. Thank you for joining the Hearst newspaper Salesforce training session this afternoon. Before I start, I just want to welcome a new member to our team, Bill Ennis, who recently joined us last week, is now our new administrator for Hearst newspapers. Bill is down in our Houston office. Bill, welcome to the team again, and we look forward to having you on these training sessions and helping our users with Salesforce. Certainly beyond Bill, all of you are aware that we have local administrative support as well for each of our properties: Connecticut, San Francisco, Houston, San Antonio, and Albany. Certainly if you need anything in the way of assistance or help, don't hesitate to reach out to somebody in your office. But always know we're here to help as well. So just wanted to start with that. As an FYI, I'm recording this session today. For anybody that can't make it, I know back here in the Northeast, actually where I am right now, we got hit with a pretty big snowstorm. So I'm sure some people could not make it into the office today, and we're going to record the session and make it available to those people that couldn't get on the call this afternoon. But again, thank you for joining us. And just going to start with Salesforce One. For those of you that are not aware, everything that you have in Salesforce on your desktop is available to you in a mobile application. So on your smartphone or on your tablet, whatever you like to use as far as staying on top of your prospects, is available to you in Salesforce One. So the presentation I'm going to take you through right now is just got a couple PowerPoint slides, but then I'm actually going to jump right into the application so you can see how it works on an actual phone, and we'll just display that for you. Just a little bit of background on Salesforce One. Essentially, the application is there for you to make your job more efficient. So as far as staying on top of your pipeline, your contacts, your accounts, anything that you do in the course of your job, you have available to you in the mobile application. This is one of our highest priorities as far as our team at Hearst for 2017. We really think the value that you can derive from using the mobile app on your smartphone or on your tablet is something that's very dynamic. It can certainly improve the effectiveness of your time during the day. Is it going to help you close more sales? I can't say that, but I can certainly say it should make you more effective as far as managing your day, staying on top of your contacts, and hitting your KPIs as far as what your manager's looking to track you on. And we're going to get into some of that a little bit later on in the discussion. But again, I would highly encourage everybody that's on the call this afternoon, if you haven't used it, give it a try, and especially with the new functionality that we introduced just yesterday, I think you're going to find it very easy to navigate. And I actually believe that you'll probably find it easier to work with than the actual desktop version of Salesforce. But I'll leave that up to you. Certainly, We'll show you some things this afternoon that I think will impress you and you will find some value in. Just for starters, if you have not downloaded the app, just go to your app store. If you're an Apple user, just go up to your Apple store, download Salesforce One. Just type it in the search, and the same for any Android users. Download it, and it's pretty straightforward as far as the setup for it. Once you download it, select the advice, just click on the app, and then log in to Salesforce just as you normally would from your desktop. So it's the same username, it's the same password. Just click on the login button, and once you do, it's going to take you to a new home screen. So again, very straightforward as far as the setup and download and logging on. The main features, once you log on, and I'm going to show you this in a second, the main features you'll see are the same things that you see on your desktop. So in this particular example, what you're looking at is an account called Edge Communications. This is just the account level view. So like in Salesforce, you can look at accounts, you can look at contacts, you can look at opportunities, but as most of you are aware, the work that we do within Salesforce is at the account level, right? So we want to make sure that we are coding our opportunities with the account, and we're going to show you how to do that as we go through the presentation today. But this is the first thing that you'll see, and then you'll see at the very bottom a phone, a checkbox. This is your action. When you click on it, it's going to open up one of the things that you can do. Very simple and straightforward. So you click on your action bar. If you want to make an edit would be something like, well, you want to change the phone number for this account. But you can create a new task. You can call, right? So here's one thing in particular that I know some offices are very big on, or how many calls a rep makes per day. So if you have your mobile phone with you and you have some downtime, you want to log some calls, all you simply need to do with the mobile app is look up an account, press the call button, and that activity or that phone call is now going to be recorded, not the actual call, but the fact that you called that contact on that day. It's going to record it in Salesforce, so there's no need for you to, at the end of the day, log on and load all the phone calls that you made to stay on top of your call activity. Very straightforward and easy to use as far as that functionality goes. There's some other things, back hour, record pilot, that we'll go through as well. And what I will do at the end of this session is I'm going to send you some of these quick tips or cheat sheets that I like to call them that show you how to use the actual functionality of the mobile app as we go through here. So there's some really good stuff in here that I know sometimes it's just helpful to refer back to once you're in the app. So I'm actually going to close this deck out right now, and just give me 1 second here. Okay, and again, I'll just ask, can somebody verify that they can see like what looks to be a smartphone on the screen right now?
Yeah, Mike, it's up.
Great. Yep. Okay, awesome. So what I'm doing here is just logging on to Salesforce One. So just give me 1 second here. Log on to Salesforce. I might get a verification page here. Just give me a second. And there we go. So once you key that in, the first thing that you're going to see, and this is a new screen that we created, is what we call Today. Okay, so today, once you log on, is basically showing you the calendar and everything that you have planned for Thursday, February 9th. So you can see here I had a 1 o'clock meeting on HubSpot. I have our team call, which we just had with our Houston team. And then you see here the training session. So right from your phone, everything that you record in Salesforce, whether on your desktop or on your phone as far as calendar, events, and tasks, the first thing you'll see when you log on are those things that you have going on today. So it's clean, gives you a nice quick rundown of your calendar. You can see here we've created a couple action buttons. So new, this first little button that you see here at the bottom, if you click on that, this is if something comes up, for the day and you want to record that into Salesforce. So a new appointment, a new whatever it might be. Maybe you have a prospect meeting. You got a phone call that somebody wants to see you to discuss a proposal. So you can simply key that in right here from that button. Put in the date and time. The nice thing about the calendar function is you have these arrows to update the date. It's got to hover over it. And I can make this next week. Very simple, straightforward. You always want to relate it to. Related to is the name of the account. So again, let me just show you that. I just clicked on new when I was in today. It popped up a create event screen. And related to is where you want to relate it to an account, right, or a contact, something that you have in Salesforce. If you don't see it, you can simply search for it by putting in the name. So I'm going to look for Jeff's Bike Shop. I found it here. I have a meeting on the 13th at 4 o'clock, and I'm going to save it. On the phone here than I could have if I was on the desktop version of Salesforce. Right? So that's one feature. Up at the top, once you're in today, right, if you see these three little lines, or sometimes I refer to it as like a Big Mac, looks like a hamburger, you click on that, it's going to take you to your main screen. So you have things like events, your task for today. So if you click on task, it's going to take you to your task menu. So you can see I've already had a few tasks that I created for today, some cold calls that I need to make to certain accounts and just blocked out time. Notes, this is another neat feature that I'll spend a little bit of time talking about. I don't know if this happens for those of you that are out in the road, but occasionally you might just want to take a quick note down about an account. So if you click on notes, it's going to take you to this page, and you can simply click on new, right? And this allows you just to type a quick note to yourself like, need to send revised proposal to Jeff, right? And then I can actually associate this note now with an account if I wanted to. Okay, just like I did the event. I'm not going to show that, but it's pretty straightforward and to the point. So here's the account I'm going to associate that note with. I'm going to save it, and now I have a note on Jeff's Bike Shop that I just saved. You have this functionality in Salesforce. A lot of people don't use it, but I think, again, when you're working remotely, it's an easy way just to write a reminder to yourself that you need to do something on that. Of course, you can always use the task function for that, but we're hearing more and more people use the note function as well. Okay, Chatter, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about that. Some people I know use Chatter. Just a FYI, it is available to you here. So whatever Chatter groups that you might belong to in Salesforce, all the feeds and updates that you receive are available on your smartphone, so you're not missing out on anything. Nice way to stay on top of what's going on out there with your sales team or with your manager. But again, back to the main functions that you have on your desktop, you also now have available to you right on your smartphone. So accounts, dashboards, reports, opportunities. Let me just show you opportunities real quick because I know this is a big thing for a lot of people. On opportunities, click on the opportunity tab. It's the crown in your app. And when you click on that, it's going to show you all of the opportunities that you have in your pipeline right now. You can see some of the ones that I set up for myself here. But more importantly, if you want to just create a new opportunity, say you uncover a new deal that you're working, just click New. You're not going to get this screen. I'm only getting it because I'm an administrator. But just like you're working from your desktop, you have the same screen here, so you can just type in New Op. Sorry about that. New Op. Name of the account, Jeff's Bike Shop. Look up the account name. There it is. Close date. Again, you're going to get a calendar drop down here. Stage that it's in. Let's just say it's a needs analysis stage, and we're going to say it's a $10,000 deal. Key in that amount. Save it. And your opportunity has been created right from your phone. This is also linked instantaneously with your desktop. So anything that you do on your phone is automatically in sync with everything on your desktop. So by the time you update it on the road, 5 minutes later, that same information is available on the system here. Okay? Now, the nice thing that you'll find right here from this interface on your phone is you have some more quick actions, right? So here's the opportunity that I just created for Jeff's Bike Shop, giving me the high-level information. And let's say I have a meeting now with Jeff, right, that I've scheduled on this deal. So I can simply click on New Event. Here it is again, just like I did earlier. I can schedule the appointment that I have on this deal. This is another important aspect of your KPIs, right? Your managers want to see that you're meeting with the opportunities that you're creating. So I set up this meeting on the 22nd, again, for Jeff's Bike Shop. I'm saving it. The event's created. Everything's been updated right there. So I created an opportunity, and I created a meeting on just this one deal in about 30 seconds. I think it's probably quicker doing it, what I just showed you here, than if I was trying to do that on my desktop. So I'm going to stop right there and just see if there's any questions that anybody has on the line right now. I know I'm kind of going through this a little bit quickly, but it's pretty simple. There's not a lot here. I mean, it's just like any other mobile app that we got through. But I'll just open up the phone now. Any questions or anything I touched on that you'd like me to expand? Okay. So one thing I wanted to get into right now is, and this is a very important point, and one of the, I think, key developments that we wanted to focus on as far as KPIs, tracking the activity in the field. And the one challenge that we've heard consistently since we've rolled out Lightning from a lot of offices is that people have been great about loading new opportunities in. We've really seen a great increase in the activity by reps, which thank you to everybody that's on the call and everybody that's been working on putting in their sales information. But the one thing that along with that, we've been seeing a lot of meetings being scheduled around the opportunities. But the one challenge that we had, and it's something that you are tracked on, is, okay, of the meetings scheduled, how many of them actually occurred or how many were held? And what we created in Salesforce 1 is this little button down here in the left-hand corner called Meeting Over. Okay, so on any meeting that you have from your today's view, if you click on that meeting, you'll see the meeting come up. So here's the highlights. This is my HubSpot meeting that I had with the San Francisco Chronicle today, right? And right here is a little button that I can click on that says Meeting Over. That basically says I went to the meeting, it was scheduled, I went to the meeting, attended it, and it's completed now. All you have to do there is click on the Meeting Over button. Comes to the screen, Meeting Over. If you want, you can put some information in here. You can put a description, how the meeting went, whatever it might be. Just click Save. And now this meeting has been marked completed in Salesforce. So again, saving you a lot of time. You don't have to go back to the office, get back onto Salesforce, go to your calendar, click on the meeting, and then click on that the meeting's completed and save it. You can do it right from your phone. There's all these new quick action buttons that you have. So the meeting over button is new. New opportunity. I know a lot of times people will be out in the field. They're talking to a prospect about a new advertising deal that they're looking at doing, but something else might come out of that, maybe another opportunity for the future. Well, now you can simply click on, the same. You're still in the same account there, but you want a new opportunity. Maybe it's a summer promotion. Again, very simple, quick, easy way to do it. New events, new notes, same information or same actions that are available to you. The other nice feature that, again, I think is something that you'll get a lot of value on is the search, right? So here's a scenario that I know happens a lot for people is, they're out in the field and it's like, oh, you get a phone call from somebody and you don't have their phone number, or maybe you talked to them last year but you don't recall what you talked to them about. All that information that you've recorded in Salesforce is available to you on your phone or in your tablet. To do any type of search on an account, simply go to the Accounts tab, okay? And right at the top, it's going to say Search Accounts. So you just simply type in whatever account you want to look up here. Like I said last year, I know I talked to Jeff's Bike Shop about some type of promotion he was doing in the summer, and there it is. I just searched for it. I clicked on it. It brings me to the account. I can look in the related field for any type of information or details that I kept on this account for Jeff. All that stuff is right here for me. If I want to record a new note, I can do the same. So that's a real helpful feature, is the search function, just to keep you productive and making sure that you're staying current with your prospects, what information's coming in, and accessing that information on any historical things that you may have covered. A couple other things, just to point out to you, you'll see a little bell up here. This is your notifications alert. Right now, it's white, but if you see a red bell, it basically means that something new popped up within Salesforce. It could be a chatter feed. It could be an email that came into you from somebody. Whatever it might be, this little alarm or bell up in the right-hand corner is just an alert. So if you see red, it again means that there's something new. You click on it, and it's going to bring you, up to date with anything that came in for you. Your calendar is dynamic, so you can scroll through it, looking at activities that you've scheduled this week. You can look out to next week. It does sync currently, so hopefully everybody that's on the call is syncing today with Outlook. I know that was an earlier project that we worked on with all of our offices to bring you into sync with your Outlook appointments, carry through to Salesforce, and vice versa from Salesforce to Outlook. So anything that you have in Outlook is syncing today with Salesforce. So again, I know we are about at 3:25. We have some time left here for Q&A. Bill, since you're on the call, again, welcome. I don't know if there's anything that you want to touch on that we talked about yesterday as far as the mobile app. I'll
thanks,
throw
Mike.
it over
Well, first,
to you.
yeah, thank you. First, I want to say thank you for going through this. You did a good job. And not too much. You went over it pretty well. I just want to say that using this is a lot easier and quicker than logging into Classic or Lightning on a desktop. And I guess what I want to say is give it a shot. Try it out. Even if you're reluctant to do so, just try it out. And I can guarantee after a couple of times using it, it'll be simpler. You'll be able to track your things a lot easier. On your phone, everyone has their iPhone or their Galaxy or whatever it may be. It's always on you, right? So just try it out. Use it as best as you can, and try to get a little bit of a routine going with it. And over time, every time you start putting this data in there, it's going to store over time, and you'll be able to get some good reporting out of it. So there's a lot of benefits, but even from a more general perspective, over time, it's going to really pay off as well. So other than that, thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for those comments. And I'll just pick up on that because, again, I started out with this as far as our discussion this afternoon. How can it make you more efficient for your time? Well, certainly I think when you're banging out those phone calls, I know a lot of our sales managers are looking for our sales reps to make their dials and what have you. It's a lot simpler to do that from the smartphone than it is from your office phone. Again, you just simply click on your contact, push the call button, and all that information is recorded in Salesforce for you. So that's going to save you time just as far as the data input. Calendars, finding information, all of that is available to you on the phone just like it is from your desktop. So you don't have to wait. There's not that gap in time for, okay, I got to get back to my office to do something. So staying connected, even when you're out on the road, is easier today than it ever has been before. So you don't have that disconnect when you go out and you are making your sales calls. So everything that is occurring out in the field, you can record right there in the field. And again, work as far as things that you need to get done, planning, phone calls, whatever, it's all available to you today. The other part that I want to express to everyone, just as we wrap up here, is this is a work in progress. What we're rolling out today to you, I think, is certainly much improved over where we were just last week with Salesforce. It's not as cluttered as it was. The functionality as far as doing some quick things is available to you now. But we want to hear from you. So if you have any suggestions, if there's any things that you'd like to see that aren't available to you today, please drop me an email or send Bill an email. Talk to your manager. We are routinely talking to sales leaders and managers week in, week out with different things with Salesforce. So if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see or don't have available to you, let them know, and I'm sure we'll hear about it and make every effort to see what we can do to address that need. But we have a couple more minutes left here. I know we said we had a hard stop at 3:30. I'll just stay on the line. Questions or comments, feel free to ask. Well, it doesn't sound like we have any questions, but for those of you that are still on the call, can I ask just one or two of you to comment as far as what you see today, an improvement? We'd like to hear, some thoughts on if you are using it, what you see today. Is it an improvement? I think it is, obviously, but we want to hear from the folks in the field. Well, it sounds like everybody's speechless, so I guess that's I'll take that as a yes, it is an improvement. Great. Well, listen, I'm going to give everybody back a couple minutes of their day here. Thank you again for joining us. We'll be sending out a copy of the PowerPoint that we covered earlier on to those of you that are on the call. The only thing that I would ask is if you do have some people in your office that were unable to join us, let them know that we did record this call and we'll be doing a couple more next week and the week thereafter. So we'll follow up with them. Thank you again, and appreciate your time.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey,
Thanks,
take care,
Mike.
everybody. Yep.
Bye.